Anubis, the man with little words, and now taking it to a whole new level. He agrees with me. If you haven't already, be sure to. Let's start out with his action move, Dust Walker, a fixed distance teleport that makes him invisible and untargetable, except by hazards. He can follow up with all of his specials if the enemy is sent flying in front of Anubis and not behind. Dust Walker can also hit enemies that are laying on the ground. While running and pressing the action button, this turns him into the fastest character in the game. Moving on to his running attack. This has the bowling ball effect, where a single target gets sent flying and knocks down all other enemies they collide with. And if hitting two enemies, they usually will collide against each other. Going on to his neutral special, Jackal's Grip. The enemy that got grabbed gets 36 damage, while the enemies around him gets hit 24. This is the first special in the game that can grab enemies regardless of their size. Also, potentially the only grab special where the user is able to get hit while grabbing. There is a fast, small shadow that is the indicator of who will be grabbed on the floor. This shadow right here, after it goes forward, it comes back and still can grab an enemy while returning back to him. Super Anubis can cancel his aerial attacks by doing air neutral special. If he cancels into his neutral special after landing his double jump aerial attack, it will cause an aftershock damage. It's weird as it's his only special that shows he cannot use it due to not having enough special meter in midair. Maybe he was meant to be able to grab or supposed to be similar to the regular Anubis. Who knows? What is known is that he can cancel into both of his specials, and it's best to wait for the enemy to get sent flying first from Anubis for a split second so that the enemy will be in the range of his other specials. Fun fact, canceling into neutral special too close to the ground will cause him to get stuck into the ground, or even sliding across the screen where he cannot move. He can escape this if he does his action move or any of his specials. Make sure he does not slide into a scene, as it will freeze the game. Next, side special, Storm of Ma'at. Calls down 2 lightning strikes, one in a fixed distance in front of him and the second in front of the first one, each dealing up to 6 stun hits each. When doing this near a corner or debris, the lightning strikes will spawn in the same location and deal massive damage. And this happens to be his only special that can hit enemies that are laying on the ground. He can follow up with both of his specials. It is easier and more consistent to follow up on enemies that are standing on the ground though. Lastly, up and down special, Rot of Duat, does up to 3 stun hits. The main differences from Burnoff's versus Super Anubis's, other than Burnoff's 4 hits, is that Super Anubis's actually pushes the enemy in a single direction only. If the enemy is closer to him or even behind him, they will be pushed behind the direction he is facing. If the enemy is near the center of the breath, then they will be pushed forward. As usual with multi-hit moves, it is better to hit enemies that are standing on the ground for the most damage. Enemies that are hit while standing on the ground can get confused if they are hit by the second or third stun hit. Rot of Duat can cause aftershock damage when using after his running attack. When it comes to follow-ups, both specials can work. With his neutral special, he can follow up with another Rot of Duat, making him use 3 specials in one go. Here are some flashy combos that can be done on enemies that can get stunned by normal attacks. And that's it for this video. Let us know in the comments below if we missed anything, and stay tuned for some more tag team combo action.